You're welcome to my channel once again. My name is Sola John and I'm glad to have you here. Thank you for those of you that have subscribed and then your notifications are turned on. We thank you. We see your likes and your comments. Keep it coming. And for those of you joining us for the very first time, we're glad having you here. Today we are up with another interesting episode. I'll be having a chat with a lady. She's an aircraft maintenance engineer, and she's been involved with some little children through an NGO called Treasured Nations. All she does is to see that they become better by sponsoring their education and also teaching them some good ethics about life. And so we just want to have a peep into what she does. And I'm glad to introduce to you Engineer Esther Ugomma. You're welcome. You're welcome. So tell us a little more about yourself.
Okay, my name is Esther, like Pastor, we call him Pastor Shola has introduced me. Currently, I work as an aircraft maintenance engineer with the Nigerian College of Aviation Technology, Zaria. I'm also the assistant flight line manager. So the job basically just entails I oversee or supervise activities of maintenance and then flight line operations, basically.
Esther is a leader at different fora, and so I met her in one of such groups. So tell us more, or a little more, about what you do with Treasured Nation. What does that NGO actually stand for? Then we'll look at what you do.
Treasured Nations Foundation, vision with rebuilding wasted places. That's the vision why I received it from the Lord. Okay, I mean, these things always come from Him, so it's always that. You hear me say that a lot. He wanted like a platform that would help me do what He wanted me to do in a very legal way. And we are into, I would say we, because it has to do with the board of trustees, even though I'm the founder. We are into a work that entails working with people who are being brought into the life of being known as treasured. Yeah, we all are treasured, but not everyone understands it or knows it. So that's what the platform just makes them have opportunity for.
Okay, so in simple terms, when you get these children, what do you do with them? What are the kind of children you get, and what do you do with them?
For me to say that this work is in 3 phases. The first phase really has to do with our engaging children that we call less privileged in the society. So they are not opportune to have go to school or, you know, have basic amenities, as you would really call it. So the first phase is to make them exposed through Christ-like learning and then get them institutionalized in schools. We are partnering with some schools currently in Zaria, and we have 9 children currently. So they just have this opportunity to learn of God, even while they gain the Western education, as we call it here.
Okay, so you pick them. The question then is, what motivated you? You could as well have been doing some other things. You know, you could as well have done, say, training the cripple, or maybe changing cars. There are many other things you could do with money. Why trying to educate children? Why trying to build morals into them? Why trying to build godliness into them? What motivated you in the first place?
Okay, first off, the first set of children we got to work with, 5 in number, they were basically out there in the streets, not doing anything. At the point, I actually had in my spirit, is this how these children will continue? You know, that stirred, you know, a desire to want them to know that they could do better. And that's how we started up with them. Then the next 4, now that has been added to the foundation. Yes, but the foundation really was just a platform, you know, to express what we do. Without the, I mean, you could just pick kids, and sometimes they could say, okay, what are you doing with these kids? But the foundation was just a legal platform.
So, beyond sending them to school, are there other training programs that are deliberately built to enhance their lives?
Yes. Like I said, the foundation is in 3 phases. The first phase, we have to do with contact with these children and getting them to school. The second phase is about housing, and we already started that, and being able to provide accommodation for children who cannot afford it or who do not have decent accommodation. While the third phase is actually a bit big, so I wouldn't want to go into it now. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So, I wouldn't know, perhaps you are permitted not to pay fees in the schools where they are, but even if you paid token, how do you come about the funds to do this?
Okay, the funding, like the schools we partner with, just give us 50% discount. So the other 50% is generated via my income, majorly. But we still get supports here and there. It's not just about finance. The school has really helped us in a lot of ways. So networking is more needed here compared to the finance. Some things you could pay for. If you have the right network, you'd notice that it's not necessary to pay for it at all.
All right. So if you are watching and you are touched, you are someone who is passionate about helping children to get back to school, this NGO is one of such you can invest in. And you can take it from me that you are sure that your money is spent correctly. So their email will be on the screen, and then you just reach out to Engineer Esther and her group, and then they will be able to give you details about their account so that you can put your support in the account. So what are the yardstick for picking the children? Do you just see a child, okay, you're on the street, come, let's send you to school? What are the yardstick for picking the children that you sponsor?
Okay, first, this child should be, should I use the word a target? You would ask, not all children targets, but there are some that are more prone, to being targets, being used, by society for menace. So these ones are the ones we go for, so that before, the bad guys get them, we're able to read them and, bring them in, and they can get a more fulfilled life. Every child is unique. Some children just want the basic education, then they get into skill acquisition. So we deal with each child based on their uniqueness. So if they're willing to go as far as university, why not? But if not, we encourage you to your innate potential should be expressed.
Okay, so when we talk about these children, you've put them in school already, you pay their fees. How do you do monitoring and evaluation? How do you know their results? How do you know if they are doing well? How do you know if they even go to school at all? How do you get feedback? How do you get report about their progress? I think it's key. Then I think another question I'll add to that is, if you have someone who has identified a child outside of your domain that needs such help, is it possible for you to sign such child on also? As part of the team of the children you are supporting and sponsoring?
Okay, I have point persons in the schools where the children currently are learning, so I get feedback from those point persons, and also I meet them every Friday, once a week, to evaluate their classwork. I wanted to call it coursework, their classwork and assignments. I do that every Friday, but when I'm not available, I have someone who's volunteered and he helps out too.
There are people who may not necessarily have the network, but they are available to support what you do. They have the heart, they have the time, and so they want to volunteer as interns. They want to be part of what you are doing, Treasured Nations, but they want to be involved personally. Maybe some have even retired and they just feel they have spare time, or some are going on holiday and they feel they could do something. Do you really have room for people like this? Does your structure permit for people like this to be part of what you are doing?
More assistance will be needed when we get into the second phase, which is the housing phase. So yes, at that time, we'll let us know so that anyone who wants to partner or volunteer, will be welcome on board.
Maybe a little away from work now. Let's talk about you. So you are work-oriented, or you are serving the community. Do you have a way you unwind form of kind of leisure after hard work as an engineer, as, NGO. You have some kind of way you just relax. Relax. For some, maybe they just like to sleep. For some, they like to read. For some, they like to swim and things like that. So how do you unwind? How do you rejuvenate? How do you bring yourself back where you become more productive mentally and generally in your work?
I'm an audio and kind of visual person. I love to watch things. It gives a better picture in my mind, and I love to listen to things. I really don't like to read that much. I would rather listen to an audio book than read a book. Yeah, so I like doing that a lot. Then I like also forums where I can sit and observe people do their things. Not necessarily participate. I could just be there, do one or two chat, contribute, but I just love to watch people do their things. That's my kind of person.
All right, thank you, viewers. I hope you have learned one or two things. One of the major area of interest here is that you also tap into something within yourself that can be of blessing to the society, okay? Like we have seen that Esther has, ventured into this, not necessarily because of what she's going to get, but so that she can just be a blessing to someone. And just in case you have not found a course that you want to be involved in, but you want to be part of what she's doing, check on the screen. Her details are there. Just send in your support, send in your word of encouragement, and let them know that they are not alone. They hope to grow. And until I come your way next time, don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notification. And thank you. Bye. Welcome to careerwise.ng, your career solution site. What we do basically is provide assessment for you, coaching for you, recruitment, internship. We have coaches. Orlando is a coach from Brazil, is an international coach. Lara Langham from UK, my humble self, and we have some other coaches from Nigeria. You can go on our website, careerwise.ng. Use the contact form and reach out to us. Meet us on Twitter, we are careerwiseng1. Instagram, we are on Facebook. Reach out to us, we are available to help you.